Hello, eRank. Happy Thursday. And yep, Starla looks the same as what I left her with. If you know, if you know you watched last week live.
I wanted to dress like Brian so bad, but then I was like, you know what? No, we'll save that for next Halloween. I'll think of something funny to get him back.
Exactly. Yeah. We had so much fun with that. But guys, there's some good news today. A little update that we've been excited and want to share. Well, I say we want to share. I want to share. Starla wants to see it because I
Yeah.
managed to surprise her with this one. So you're going to get a first reaction from Starla.
Yeah, I had no idea about what this thing was. And it's funny because I was literally on eRank all morning yesterday, because on my Patreon, I every month I'm building out trend reports, and you guys know how hard it is to like find, trends. So I was there all morning doing a deep dive, finding all these trends and saving them to keyword lists. And then apparently this update must have happened after I had literally been on eRank for like 6 hours straight. So I totally missed it.
We managed to sneak it in. And by the way, guys, have you all noticed what this is? What are we going to be talking about? What's the latest update on eRank? We'll give you a minute to let us know who spotted it, and then we'll think about diving into this.
Yeah, I right when Pam said it, I was like, oh, and then I went to go to eRank, and then I stopped myself. I'm like, you know what would be better is if you guys got like my natural reaction live, because I mean, Pam and I have seen eRank go through, God, how many like brand updates and
It's changed a lot. I was snooping yours and my like really old videos at what eRank used to look like before even Starla was on board because I think one of our first big changes was Starla's branding update, which was
yeah,
cool.
back in that was in 2019. Yeah,
Wow, yeah.
2019 when I joined the team. That was right when, so we were Etsy rank, and then we switched to eRank, but we still had the Etsy rank branding, and it was really like techie and kind of confusing. And then we switched to the dark blue with the little characters. And then obviously now we are the green with the real pictures of the different crafters and the doodles. So we've gone through, I mean, those are just major brand updates, but in terms of like dashboard, like interface updates, I mean, there's been quite a few.
Yep. Yeah. And then we have it's the menu at the top or it's the menu at the side. That one's changed about and yeah, little things and yeah, has to be done. Everything has to change. It looks yeah, I wonder how far back you can go on the Wayback Machine, but definitely go back and snoop mine and Starla's videos from like 2018, 2019, and you'll see.
No, don't.
Yeah, don't look at us. We're terrible. Well, Starla's come a long way since then. I don't know that I'm much better, but yeah.
It's all it for me. It's all about presentation quality, because when I first started recording, I was very nervous and very shy, and you could definitely see it in my videos. And now I don't care. Mark and I will get on stream and we'll fart on stream and not care anymore. I don't care if the whole world's watching. We're to the point now where we've been doing it so long. It's like if people like us, they like us. If not, whatever. So, but the point being is if you go back and you look at some of these, which they're still some of my most watched videos, and I don't know who the heck is watching them, because people have to know. I just got a comment on my video for how to do Etsy SEO in it was like a video I published in like 2018, and someone was like, very helpful content, thanks. And I'm like, no, it's not.
To be fair, a lot of it is still pretty much the same. If you do you always hear people going, "Oh, since the algorithm changed, do you know, make stuff people want to buy, find out the words they're searching, put them in your titles and tags, Everything else is like the cherry on the top. But yeah, most of it hasn't massively changed.
Yeah, it's more about navigating eRank and where to find things and how to find things, just like back when it was like the keyword tool and the keyword explorer, and you had to use one for one thing and one for the other thing. And now thankfully it's all merged together into just the
Yeah.
keyword tool.
Well, I think when I started, we're going to have to do a whole thing on this, just go back and show the old stuff. That'd be so much fun. But it was just the keyword explorer no, it was the keyword
Keyword
tool.
tool.
And then we had the keyword tool and the keyword explorer. And that became very confusing because there were two tools that were nearly the same thing. So then we merged them, and that was very confusing for a while. But actually, it makes a whole lot more sense now. So hopefully, we're all on board with the keyword explorer. But I hope this new thing that we're going to look at isn't too confusing to get used to. I don't think so, but anytime when we're doing changes, we say this every time, anytime when we're doing changes, especially when we've got them in the beta here, we'd love if you can go and check them out and let us know, give us feedback. The whole team is checking out this feedback, and we're adapting and making changes based on the feedback. So you'll probably have seen some of our tools in the beta have gone through several iterations because we did what we thought, our team were doing what we thought, but then on feedback we're like, oh no, you're right, yeah, maybe we should do that. So we're listening to what you're saying and making changes. But how many? Oh, we've got quite a lot of guesses, and actually
Most of them are not correct.
yeah,
So
that's kind of cool. You guys haven't noticed, so it's a new
right.
thing.
I'm blowing my screen up and I'm getting myself all adjusted because
I
normally
know. I
Pam's
think we're
only this
we're
big.
ready to go. Yeah, I know because doesn't get to see them great. Right, we ready?
Yeah. Dun, da, da, da.
So, and then just to be disappointing, this is the old version, but it's
Oh,
the
I was like,
dashboard.
I was looking at it and I'm like, this looks exactly the same. I'm
It
just
does, but that's just because I want to show you all how to get there, first of all.
okay.
So, this obviously is our old dashboard, um, and you'll get it everywhere you can normally get it, but we have this little banner here saying the new dashboard beta is here. Explore fresh insights and a modern layout. Try it now. So don't worry if you click on this, this just takes you to the beta. You can always get back to the regular version. That's where you navigate. That will be normal. You have to opt in basically to go and look at this. So if you click on try it now.
I love that we can adjust to things in our own, like on our own time. There's always a transition period. Whoa.
Exactly. Yeah. A lot of the time you'll see something new and you might not like it until you try it a few times. So guys, give us all a chance and have a go with this.
That's how I felt about the keyword tool update. Now I like it. I didn't like it at first.
Yeah, yeah, same. A lot of things you're like, oh no, that's not right because it's not got the same flow as what you had before or something. So I know we've been sitting looking at this and going, does it have the same amount of information on the screen? And when we actually side by side that, yeah, it kind of does, but it just feels like it doesn't. Now we are tweaking and updating this, so let us know. We're getting some woes and people have noticed it. Yeah. So
Okay.
it's going to be an adjustment, but there's a lot of new cool things in here. So I'll give you all a second to have a look and we'll have a nosy about some of the new things. I really like our little learn and grow tab,
That's
which
exactly what I was going to ask about. I'm like, does that open things? Are those clickable?
of course, yes. So shall we go and see what things are?
Yes.
Because I don't actually know. But this is a place where we can put in little training things. We've got this little space here. We've already got an idea for it. Oh, these are videos. I didn't know that. Hopefully we're muted. That's nice to know. Okay. Right. So they take you to videos. I'm just going to shut them down before they play. See, I didn't know. So
what videos are they? Now I'm gonna go log into my eRank so I can go. I want to know. I want to know.
yep. So we've got that, and then links to some of our latest blogs. As I say, we'll have some other things in here, but if you absolutely hate this, you can close it. So you can, if you don't like having that there, you can get rid of it, or this little help button is just sitting there if you want it back again. So this is our little helpful sidebar. Another thing that's slightly different, hopefully you can all figure it out, but we've got this little sync now button. So that's like your refresh data button, refresh your shop data. And what's cool here is it tells you when you last synced or when you last refreshed your data, basically.
You know what I did notice yesterday while doing my own research, that was there for the old dashboard. So that's a full overhaul. And I like that because I think that refresh data, it's easy to miss that. But when it says like last synced, what mine says 27 days ago, my brain's like, oh crap, I should probably do that.
Yeah, Debbie will be cross at you. That's her bugbear, is people not refreshing things. So yeah, it tells you how long ago it was. So that's handy. And yeah, absolutely, that should be across the site now. But that was something we needed to add to be able to get the dashboard in. So that was, oddly enough, that was our last little niggle, I think, before we were able to launch the dashboard. And so we have our little bits of data that you usually have across the top: number of sales, number of active listings, and you can go out as always to the pages to have a look at them, your sales rank. And hey guys, we've been talking about it, so guys, you let us know what else. There's a bit of space here that we could put something else in. Let us know what we could put in there.
What about our badge? Is our badge, do we not have our badge in there?
Our badge still exists. It is currently all the way down at the bottom in achievements. I do think we could have it up there, but that's that's me. But
that right when I hop on, I want to feel good the second that I hop on.
It's a nice pat on the back. It's a funny one, I'd say, with eRank. Sort of half the team are just like, badges, what's this? This is childish. And then you've got like me and Starla who are like, we like the pat on the back. This is fun.
Yeah. You know what? I feel bad for the people that are so boring that they don't want that fun little signal when they hop on. I added a poll into the chat, guys, to have you vote on if you like the new dashboard. And I actually might even take a screenshot of it and share it with the team.
Yeah. Oh, Jessica, you've spoilers. Okay. I'm gonna show this one first, else I'll forget it, because we have had, right, Starla, you like the badge, you want it now, ideally in the nice little thing up in the corner, but there's something really cool with this dashboard. I don't know if Starla knew we were going to get this.
Yes, I did know that. I just didn't know that it would be soon.
Yeah, it's working. So you want your achievement badge at the top? And the good thing about this, which is going to be confusing when you watch us talking about things, is the order that you pick is sticky. So each time you come back to your dashboard, it won't default to a default order. It does mean when we talk about things, when we show you things, our screens are going to look different than yours because we're going to arrange things all differently for us. But Kat's saying I'm 46 and I love badges. I don't think you're ever too old, and yet 46 isn't old in my book. So yeah, we've got some other ideas for things we can do, but the team wanted the ability to click and drag. We didn't know it was going to be live with our first launch of this beta, but thankfully they got it done. I think this is so important because you can personalize it to you. So pull up the things that you look at the most. So these little cards, we call them modules now. So you can personalize them to the order you want, but there's also things you can do in them and things that are a little bit different. So your listing changes tracker, if you're tracking some of your listings to see the changes, and we're now just a simple little thing. You can see the total views and the extra views you got. I think it's changes from yesterday, if any. So you can see this listing of mine got 7 views. Oh, it's pitiful for this time of the year, but there we go. So just at a glance, you can see which of your listings are doing the best. Obviously, we've got the achievements badge, and like always, the ability to download the badge. We are potentially working, there might be some more badges coming in. So if you've got ideas for things you want a pat on the back for, let us know about that as well. All right. So here, instead of, I confess, I never really liked it where we had top in your category on the side on our regular dashboard. We've got trending in Etsy categories and the search terms, but you can pick just from here, go like, oh, well, I don't care about accessories. I want to know what's trending in arts and collectibles in the category. And this is coming from our category tool. I believe this should also be sticky. What you pick on to look at will be the thing that opens up for you every time. And also, so if you see suddenly any keywords that look interesting again, you can actually add them to your keyword list from here. What else can we do? Oh yeah, we can put them in different keyword lists as well. Yeah, that's handy. Traffic stats. If you've got Google Analytics connected up, you can see traffic stats. And again, we've got the little tabs here. So you can see all the keywords that people are finding your listings for. You can see the sources, where they've come from, Etsy ads, organic search, all the rest of that. The countries that they've come from. I did not feel I was getting that many views from United States. I thought I dropped. I thought I was invisible in the US, but there we go. Nice to see that. And even the cities your people are coming from and the devices they're finding you with. So cool bits of data from your traffic stats. Again, these view all take you to, as they always did, they take you to the relevant tools. Most sales on Etsy, and you can pick, if I just want to see who's the top seller in Australia, I don't know. So you can pick and see the top seller in your country or USA or wherever you want to see it. We do have, yes, or every top Silver Rain Silver, I believe, are just in the next town, well, in the next city from me. They're not far away, so it always makes me happy to see a local person doing well. Okay, I like this one, is exciting. In fact, I'm going to move this one up because I'm going to move this one up because I like this. And when Brian saw this the other day, he was like super excited with what you can do here, because okay, your competitor sales, and you can see some of the ones you're tracking, but that might not be what you want to see. So you can pick 6 competitors to track here. So I don't want to see my non-open shop. I don't want to see myself. I'm doing terrible. I don't want to see. So you can pick the shops that you want to track. I'm just picking random shops there. But this means you can see the people that you're tracking. So it might not be the top sellers or whatever. You can pick a specific amount of them and be able to see. And also we've got, I love this, we've got our little sales trend graph. So you can see the shops that you've picked to see. You've not removed them. You're still tracking all the shops that you're tracking in competitor sales, but we're able to see a quick overview of 6 of them here. So you can see a couple of them had a spike on the 2nd of November. Interesting to know. Don't know why that would be.
Yeah, I'm looking at people on my list too. In the 2nd of November, it's huge spikes.
Yeah, I wonder what on earth Etsy did. I don't think I got a spike on the 2nd of November. Yeah, I wonder what happened there. But yeah, strange and interesting. What else haven't we looked at? Oh, yeah, your keyword lists. So you can see the first 5 keywords in your keyword list, and you can see switch between your keyword lists to just have a look how those keywords are doing. So I do usually have ones. I didn't do a Christmas 2024, but I pulled up all my data for Christmas 2023 so I could come back at this time of 2024 and have a look at my keywords. So if you've got something like that, if you have a time sensitive list, you could pick that list to be looking at to see, oh, those keywords that are important to me, how are they doing? Is anything kind of spiking? And I think if you look at mine, you can see they're all down. So that's probably why I'm dismal. I need to go and find some different keywords because people aren't searching for things the way they were. But it's handy to be able to do that. Yeah. So yeah, if you've
Michelle, this is the new dashboard, not the keyword research tab.
Yep, exciting dashboard. So yeah, if you've joined late, you'll see at the start of the video how you can get to this. And yeah, we would love to hear everybody's feedback. Here's your health check module, which again you can go to see the full report. You can see how many one-word tags bad me. That's because my shop name is fairly long and I like to use my shop name. So you don't have to get all of these to 0. That this isn't necessarily a bad thing. If I can just look at that and go, oh yeah, I know what I did and why I did it. But you can see one-word tags, missing images, missing tags, spelling issues. And the other thing that I like here, an extra tab, priority fixes. So your listings that could do with a bit of love immediately, what have the most issues. And I think that should, I just want to open it in a new tab. I don't want to, no, it's going to go straight there. Okay. Yeah, so it takes you to the listing audit for that listing. I thought it should. So you can look into it, see what needs fixing and get that sorted. Back to the dashboard. Events to prepare for. So this is the calendar basically, but just telling you what's coming up. Canadian Thanksgiving is in 7 days. Yay. And even we have little tips for things. I'm intrigued. I think I know what these should be. Yeah, so if we've got a blog post that can help you with something, like we had preparing for your Black Friday or something, so we have our little tips there. So yeah, if there's something in the calendar that we've got a little bit of help for you, you'll have a tip, then you can go and have a look for that.
Love that.
It's really, really cool. Just a quick little change, but tells you what's coming soon and how many days away it is and stuff. That's terrifying how soon Black Friday is, actually.
Oh, I know. Emily actually had a great question. Does the missing images tab count to the 20 new image limit?
I can't remember.
I don't think
it should. No, it shouldn't.
I think it's 10, right?
Yeah, I think so. If we've got anyone on the team here who can remember, but it should be 10. We did say we didn't want it to 20 because even Etsy hasn't said you need to do all 20, but you don't really need to do all 10. So this is another case. That's why I'm not overly worried that I've got a load of missing images. I've got enough just now.
Cass said Canadian Thanksgiving was October 13th, not November.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Do we manually input our dates? Someone, no, Jessica, yeah, someone, go tell somebody.
Yeah, Jessica, can you pop that up in somewhere that needs sorted? But thank you. Yeah, I should have known that. Okay, yeah, that was last month. Okay, so
where's Brian? Why didn't Brian call this out? He's our emotional support Canadian.
Yeah, that's it. So let's see how quick we can get this fixed. No, I don't think we can fix things in real time, but that would be cool, wouldn't it? Okay, so this analyze section, this is cool. So you can put in a listing ID or URL to do a listing audit on it. Let me find a listing of mine. Where did I? Yeah, let's go to a listing of mine so I can get this, because I just want to show you this cool little extra feature that I'm aware of. Where's my listing ID? There it is. So for not just your listings, but anybody's listings, if you paste in the listing ID or the URL, then we'll take you to a listing audit of that listing. And then once you've done it, sorry if I'm going a bit fast here. Once you've done it, then it's saved in your search history here. So if you want to come back and have a look at something you've just looked at, then it'll be there. So I think that's really cool and helpful. And added to that, just for getting places quick from your dashboard, now you can also analyze a shop. So not just the listings, you can put in a shop name or URL and get taken to the shop info page for that shop as well. So handy from the dashboard. And you have the link, the search history. If I'd search for shops, there would be search history there, or a button to click to go to your shop and to your listings. Yeah, just checking there's nothing nothing you shouldn't be able to see, but it's all cool. For your delivery status, I also really like this. If to keep track of your listings, you can go into the delivery status tool, obviously there, but this is just a quick little thing that you can see on the dashboard. So probably if you're busy just now on the run up to the silly season as we are, it might be handy to pull this one to the top, because then you can see, I just posted these today, that's fine. I can see my other ones are delivered, but you might want to see if something you've posted is running late or something, then that'll be handy to see as well. And here is our little Etsy traffic trend to see how the traffic to Etsy is doing compared to last month. Sorry, and you can see the difference there. Yeah.
Are you guys
actually, sorry, Starla?
Can you hear that in the background?
No, what's that? What are you doing?
Okay, I'm just making sure that my noise canceling is working, because I have a really uneven load of laundry right there, and it is just thumping.
No, well, noise cancelling's doing great. Okay, I can't hear it at all.
Okay, I keep muting myself, but it sounds like the noise cancelling's working.
Yeah, if anyone's got headphones, let us know if you can hear it, but it sounds good here.
I just don't want y'all to think that I've got an earthquake bringing down the house.
And I did want to show you this, because obviously if we go to the view all button, that's going to take us to the sites tool with Etsy pulled up. And I just looked at this earlier today, so I wanted to share this. Guys, look. It's only teeny, but the graph's finally going up again.
Our little baby.
I know.
Can you check Amazon and eBay and see if they're trending up too?
Yep.
I bet Amazon is. I don't know about eBay, but I can almost guarantee that Amazon is, because I think that people are probably starting their holiday shopping.
Yep. Definitely. Yeah, I spent a fortune in the past couple of days. And I don't usually start till much later. So, yep. Amazon's doing the same. Let's have a look at eBay.
Yeah, I'm thinking that because we're sellers and we see what's going on, like Amazon, I'll order that stuff later. But with Etsy, I really want to make sure that, I don't want to be that person who contributes to another seller's stress. So especially, like I just told Pam, I ordered from a Ukrainian seller who makes stained glass, and I would like to get those orders in right away. Oh, okay. So it's trending up just not nearly as much.
It's a bit behind, which is interesting. That actually sort of tracks, it's silly to say. Let's go back to the dashboard. For anyone who haven't seen how to get back to this new version of the dashboard, you get to the regular dashboard. So anywhere you're in the regular dashboard, you'll see this bright orange banner, and you click the try it now, and that takes us to the new dashboard. So team, everyone that's there, let me know if I forgot to share anything else that I should have been talking about. I can't remember. I think I've covered everything, but let us know, everybody else who's had a look, and then we can go in and have a look at that. But yeah, it's interesting with the Amazon and eBay, because I was just thinking that, like, the past couple of weeks, I've been hitting Amazon a bit too hard. I'm quite embarrassed by the number of empty boxes I have just now to deal with. But I don't start shopping on eBay till I sort of hit a block with Amazon. It's like my second try if I can't get it on Amazon. So I've only just sort of started checking on eBay. So I'm sort of doing exactly what our trend shows. What's Debbie asking for?
Traffic stats.
Traffic stats. I showed that, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought we went over traffic stats. Or yeah, here we go. So our traffic stats. If you mean traffic stat, or not beta, our next update of traffic stats, don't think that's out quite yet, but Debbie might have had a sneaky peek at what's coming, so is excited. But yeah, here's your traffic stats module, which is one I always find helpful. Even in the original dashboard, I found that super helpful a couple of years ago, where I had a big spike in traffic and I couldn't really see where it was coming from because Etsy was being very slow. Go into Google Analytics, it takes so long to find anything there. I usually have to go through tutorials to figure out how to work it. And then I just clicked on my eRank dashboard and I immediately saw a keyword was absolutely popping off. I'm like, that's what happened. That's good to know. So it's just a quick way to see. Now, for those of you that don't know, this is, you have to have connected up your Google Analytics to your Etsy shop to be able to get Google Analytics connected, and then you connect that up to eRank, and then we're able to get the data from you. It's just the data that Google Analytics can get hold of, which currently Etsy doesn't share the app data with them, which is an absolute pain. So everybody message Etsy and tell them we would like this, because if anyone watched the quarterly reports last week, they were singing up the praises of the app, and they were talking about the changes they're putting into it and how great it's doing. And yeah, so if it's doing that great, we would love to be able to see the data, basically.
What's your on your traffic stats for devices, what's your desktop versus mobile ratio? Okay, I don't even have a tablet for mine, so that's interesting.
Yeah, it's just a tiny bit for me, but yeah, it's definitely interesting. But yeah, mobile is, it's definitely the biggest now. What is yours?
No, mine is mobile for me is only 37%, 37 and a quarter, 51% desktop.
Yeah, I think, I wonder if Anthony's snooping. I can't remember perfectly, but I know because we're not getting the app data, this could just be the percent of people who are not on the app but on the mobile, if you know what I mean. So they're using a browser on their mobile. So there'll be even more people using the mobile because there's app data in there that we can't see. So wow, yeah, that probably means that like 3/4 of the people who are coming to my shop are actually on their mobile phone. Wow,
interesting.
I feel like such a Luddite. I still can't shop just on my phone. I have to have it on the computer. I feel very old.
What I think it's the millennial thing. I think they say it's a millennial thing that big purchases need to be on big screens. and little purchases can be on little screens. So if you're making a big purchase, you have to sit down on your computer if you're buying a piece of furniture or something. But if you're just buying a trinket, it can be on your phone.
That makes sense. Yeah. I've, yeah. Hey, call me a millennial. It's great. I love that people like to call me a millennial, like to be trying to be insulting. It's like, I'm nowhere near millennial. But yeah, no, I totally understand that one. Like,
Yeah. Because you might mess up, and you never know if the website that you're ordering from, I mean, if it's something like Amazon, that's a little bit different, or if they have a designated app, but a lot of the time you visit a website that just is not optimized for mobile, which every website should be, but we all know that not all of them are, and you get on them and there's some functionalities that don't work. I ordered, oh man, what is it? There's a website that I go to frequently and I cannot remember what it is, but every time I try to check out on my phone, like it just won't let me, and I have to sit and reload my cart on desktop after I've attempted to check out on my phone.
Oh, so annoying. Oh, Anna. Love you. Thought you were Gen Z. Yeah. No.
You said you are.
Yeah. So, oh, Anna, good point. Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that. It's crazy that people still can't access digital downloads on the app. I keep forgetting about that. Yeah, absolutely. That, yeah, Etsy, get on that. Because yeah, they're absolutely talking about the app, how great it is, how much it's grown, how much money they're making on the app. Yeah, so wow. The fact that you can't do that when they're pushing so hard, they're putting, I think they talked quite a bit about their how they're changing personalizations up. Like Starla, you said a few weeks ago that you're finding on the app it's better personalized for you than it used to be and stuff.
Much better.
Yeah.
But I am noticing this problem. So do you remember at the beginning of the year when Etsy first started heavily pushing the app, how my biggest complaint was that I didn't want to just see like popular Etsy categories. I wanted a big curated feed of things based on what I'd searched for in the past, with like the option for infinite scroll. Well, they've done that. They did it first of all, and it was a bunch of items that I would never buy. They had nothing to do with anything I was interested in. But now they are. The problem with that is that, for example, like my daughter, she's into all of the like the furry stuff and the fursuits and things. If she uses my Etsy account even once to look at stuff, or if I buy her something, because she'll send me like a sticker that she wants or something, and I purchase it, that is the only type of recommendations that I'll get. And I really wish that Etsy gave you the ability to say, like, no, this was a gift. This was a one-time purchase. This is not my entire identity. Go back to the way it was.
I was worried they would do that. It's worth experimenting because what they did say was the personalizations are refreshed within an hour. So the idea is supposed to be if you start searching for things, then they'll figure it out within an hour. No, it's rubbish.
No, I did. I purposefully sat and looked because I wanted my feed. I wanted to curate my feed just to kind of get an idea of how the algorithm worked. So I went through and I searched for like a Court of Thorns and Roses, bookish merch, book talk merch, just trying to get it to reconfigure. And it's finally there, but it took over a month of me doing completely unrelated searches to get all of the furry stuff out of my feed.
Yeah. I did wonder if that was a more aspirational idea because I tested that ages ago when they were talking about, do you remember Josh used to keep going on about, it was something along the lines of, if you were someone who was always searching for cottagecore stuff and you loved mushrooms and you searched for lamp, you'd be more likely to see a mushroom lamp or something. So I spent ages just searching for on a certain niche, all sorts of things, and it never ever learnt that. So it does now, but
it definitely does now. Sometimes though, so for me, because let's say that my feed is, it's not a let's say, it's true. My feed is all bookish stuff because it's what I sell, but it's also what I buy. if I were to search for lamp, like Pam said, I would likely get things that are close to a lamp, but that are mostly not lamps, because Etsy's like, I know you searched for lamps, but here's 600 bookish quote neon signs. They light up like a lamp. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, that's still not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I can see that being annoying. I've seen that as a problem with Amazon. It's trying to show you what it thinks you want, but it's certain things like when you're searching for food that somebody has like a real important dietary need. So you search for something and it will show you things that aren't related, that aren't that, but you don't realize. So just say if you're looking for sugar-free gummies or something, just for a simple thing, doubt you're going to kill someone with sugar. Well, you might if they're diabetic, but it's not quite as big a deal. Just popped into my head. You're searching for sugar-free gummies and you get a whole page full of stuff and you don't necessarily read everything right and you just click to buy and it turns out that the thing third from the top is not sugar-free. And it's like, that was a fairly specific search, Amazon. It's fairly clear what I want there. But yeah. So
Yeah.
Etsy's kind of doing that. Moando, I probably said your name perfectly wrong. But she asked about the new thing with Etsy that I think it just came out today as well.
Yeah.
We can show that. I just want to fetch that. So if anyone hasn't seen this, I think this just appeared today. Jessica showed it about an hour ago to us. But when you're in your listings, now we've had the AI listing title thingamajig that I think most of us don't like a whole lot, to be honest. But now we're getting some suggestions when you're creating your title or when you're editing a listing. I like the idea of this. In practice, it doesn't seem great. Let's zoom in so that everybody can see. And Jessica that shared it as well, she has a different listing and her results were like almost exactly the same. The suggestions were the same. So I think I know what Etsy's saying here, but the way they've worded it is awful and people are yelling about it all over the forums. So try to avoid using the following words when crafting titles so they're clear and effective. Dog and bookmark.
That's literally what the item is.
You see the problem there? It's a dog.
Oh.
They're not actually saying don't use dog and bookmark. It's the fact that I say it twice. I've got dog there and bookmark there and bookmark there. So they're saying don't repeat it. But sorry, Etsy, your tips make it. And I know people will follow this. Etsy have said not to use dog or bookmark. So I have to take that out of my title. So yeah, I think they messed up a little bit there. Yeah, there's no sort of any other explanation. It's just saying try to avoid using dog and bookmark. And other people have had the same kind of thing. And it's not saying there's anything wrong with using what your item exactly is. It's just spotted you've repeated it. So yeah, that's hilarious. And this one kind of freaked us out a little bit as well. Try shortening your title. Fair. They've always wanted shorter titles. Keep it between 3 and 14 words for readability. 3 words. Wow. Etsy have been saying short for years, but they've never really given us a number. And 3.
Yeah, I can't. There's no way to accurately, that's not even that. Sometimes that won't even qualify for a long tail keyword. Like if sterling silver necklace, like what kind, how big, what is it, what color,
it doesn't. But well, I'm just that listing is for a custom corgi bookmark, bookmark on a paper clip. How can I shorten that? Dog bookmark. No. Yeah. I can't do that in 3 words. To be able to say anything about it, like what material is it? Who's it for? Yeah. 3 is I absolutely agree with Etsy that we should have been moving towards shorter titles. Not this is not advice, right? Etsy hasn't changed the algorithm that shorter titles work. If you notice, the top sellers still have their long titles. It absolutely works to put your keywords in your title just now. Etsy's been talking about this since 2018 to shorten titles, and it's a good practice because Google did this years ago. Google went, I don't like stuffed keywords, stuffed titles. Just tell us what your listing is. Just tell us what your video is. Tell us what your blog is. So I could have seen Etsy move into that, but they haven't. But I don't think Google's ever told us, oh, you want 3 words in a title. Like you can't say anything in 3 words. So
no, not be descriptive enough that it, yeah.
I suppose the really good news with these suggestions that Etsy's given us, if we're going to be cynical, is if my competition follow them, then I'm going to get all the sales for Christmas. So please don't follow these this advice that Etsy's given us there, because it's really going to hurt. If I removed dog and bookmark and only had 3 words in my title, what on earth would the title be?
We should test it, Pam. We should experiment and see how. You should make a copy of the corgi butt bookmark and just change it to, I guess that could be corgi butt bookmark. That's 3. Bookmark is 1 word. Just to see, just for the heck of it, to see what happens.
But I can't use the word bookmark. They said don't use bookmark.
Well, I only use it once.
I know, but it's if you followed that to the T,
right?
3 words that don't include bookmark.
But because it's already categorized in the attributes.
Probably. That's true. That's true.
Because they tell you not to, you don't have to repeat words from your attributes in your title tags.
I've already tested that a few weeks ago, and if I remove the word bookmark and just rely on it in my attributes, it's not going to rank. I can tell you that.
Yes, Emily, I'm not shortening titles until I see specific empirical evidence that they will perform better. Exactly.
Yeah. And I can't see Etsy making the kind of step change that it did in 2010, because if it just suddenly penalizes outright and only boosts the shops with like 5-word titles or less, then the best things that buyers want to buy will be hidden in search, and it'll be a worse experience. People are buying stuff that is in the keyword stuff titles, so Etsy is not going to crash them out of search, because it's just going to seriously annoy everybody. There could be little nudges over time, potentially, that you might do a little better, but I can't see. You're not going to get to the top of a really competitive search by just having a super short title. There's way more to it than that, for sure. Yeah. So for most of us, if we're wanting to SEO something, you're going to have to be aiming for several long tail keywords. Rather than just aiming for one big keyword, you'll aim for several long tail keywords. So your titles are likely going to have a few short phrases or something. It's definitely going to be more than 3 words. I can't see. I'm a proponent. I love short titles. I love concise titles, but I can't make a decent listing in 3 words. Nope.
So Michelle had a couple questions. She said, as sales are slower than normal, can you suggest the best way to notify your existing past customers that you're running a special sale or offer? What's the best way to reach out to past customers? I've tried to build an email list with limited success, so looking for ways to market to past customers. Any suggestions? So unfortunately, email list is literally, aside from setting up like a return coupon in Etsy, which they do work, because I just did shopping this morning because of one. But an email list kind of is it, because you're not allowed to go message those past customers. It might be more worth your time, and a couple other people have mentioned issues with email list building. It might be worth your time to strategize on better ways to get people on that email list, simply because I just can't, there really are no ways without breaking Etsy's rules. And, you know, you can set up the discount within Etsy. But past customers, that's what an email list is for. So my big suggestions, if you're a physical product seller, get really creative with your inserts. The very best insert that I ever received was from Amber Marie, who does the pet portraits. And she sent me a package, and it had a printout, and she, you know, draws dogs. So it had, I think it had like a little dog, like pulling a sled or something like that. And she actually bought like key charms, like skeleton key charms, and she glued it onto the cardstock. And it said something like, you know, this is your VIP key. You know, get access, yada yada. And to get those charms in bulk, you can usually get 100 of them for like $15. It's not very expensive if you hop on a site like eBay or DHgate. Little things like that are creative, rather than just having it. I mean, yes, promoting it within your Etsy shop. I don't know, actually, you know, recently we're seeing sellers get their listings deactivated for putting their email list in their listings, which sucks because Etsy even used to say that we were allowed to do that. But, you know, shop announcement will say, or even a printout in your package, if it's not, you know, save 30% off on your next order, scan the QR code. There, you might get some people to join that way, but the email lists that I join, they typically position it in a way that's a little bit more creative, and it might take some thinking powder, you know, or thinking powder. That sounds like cocaine. Some thinking power to get, you know, the perfect thing. And you might have to try a couple different things. But I feel like it's worth doing the research, sitting and maybe Googling what other brands have done, doing like some extensive research on things like, you know, lead generation for email lists, just to figure out, like, for your industry, what will work best for you. For me, back when I sold jewelry, I had my key club, and the key club, like, my members knew that the being on my email list, they would get what was called the black and white studio preview the week before a product launch. So I was always very like mysterious about my product launches because they sold out instantly. And because of that, like when it came to giving people sneak peeks and things as I was leading up to a launch, I always wanted to build up that anticipation. So for those who would join my email list, they got the black and white studio preview 1 week before launch, which was the full collection. But everything in the email, I went into my photo editor and turned the saturation completely down so that everything was black and white. So they didn't get to know what color crystals, what tone of metal, and I made it look really artsy, almost like an art gallery. Anyway, that worked for me. And they also knew that they got a really big discount and, you know, other things. But everybody is going to have a different result based on what they do. You know, some websites, have you seen, like, you pop on it and there's like a wheel, you know, like a little game wheel, and you spin the wheel and, you know, it lands on a discount code or a discount percentage, and then you enter your email to claim it. So again, it's going to completely depend. There's so many different strategies for lead generation. You just have to find the one that is going to work for you, but never expect someone to join one for the sake of just joining your newsletter, because that's boring and nobody cares about that. They always want something in return, whether it's being entered in a giveaway. You could do some type of monthly giveaway for people, you know, exclusively on your email list. You
Check
can
the legality of that in certain countries, but
yeah, because
absolutely.
it's considered even though it's a raffle to me is when you pay to enter to get something, but some countries consider it a raffle. It's very odd. So you might have to like lay out some rules or build out like a terms of service to, you know, paste in there. But you could do things like that. You could do, you know, the sneak peeks, exclusive discounts. I mean, really, I would sit with ChatGPT and see, you know, this is my business. This is what I sell. This is my target audience. What are some ideas for email list lead generation, you know, that won't cost me money, or that what are some incentives I could offer for people to join? Just never make the incentive like I'll send you a free product, because I've seen some people do that, and that's like the worst thing ever.
Yeah. I will say, I know you're wanting things that you can do now, like to be able to contact your customers just now, and that is in general not possible. You're not going to be able to build up your email list or anything quick enough to move the needle just now. This is to capture your customers for the future. So everybody should be thinking of doing this. Even if you've only had one sale, it's the right time to start doing this, because it'd be nice to capture all those customers. But for just now, if you want to communicate with your past customers that you've got a sale on or something, one is let Etsy do it. Etsy will let some people know. It's definitely on the app and everything. It is pushing those things. Two, where they are following you just now. If you have a social media following of some people, talk to them, build up them, engage with them. I don't have a massive, I think my terrible Facebook group is about 1,000 people. And I don't use it very well at all. But on the two occasions I've had a sale, I posted in that group, because that was where I had people, and I said 24-hour sale starting now, go. And that did enough, because it was where I had people that had chose to follow me. So you deal with the people that you've got just now and make a plan for what you're going to do for next year to be starting capturing them right now.
Yes. You guys are about to get a demo here. A couple people, let's see, talking about people sign up and then leave. Hold on. Okay, so you guys get a live lesson from Starla real quick. We've only got 2 minutes to spare.
Yeah.
So
I look forward to this.
Email marketing is like my whole digs. I love email marketing because it's the thing that built my business to 6 figures when I first started on Etsy. So an email list is a funnel. So if we're assuming that people are, so here's my little person. Can you guys see that? People are jumping into the funnel. There's a reason that the funnel is bigger at the top than it is at the bottom. It means that a lot of people are going to jump into the funnel, but only very few people are going to make it all the way to the bottom of the funnel where the money is. So the fact that you're saying, you know, people are there, they sign up to get the discount code and then they leave, that's perfectly fine, because you already got the main objective, which is the dollar. And if they were planning on leaving, they would have done that anyway. So it doesn't matter. You already got, in exchange for that email, you already got the cash. However, for those who do stick around and they stay here, this is the sweet spot down here. This is where, you know, the people who make it all the way to the bottom, they're the ones who hopefully eventually, through time, through brand engagement, through you just being a great business owner, giving them a fantastic experience and developing trust, they are going to stay down in this kind of super duper condensed area where hopefully this is where repeat buys happen. This is where, you know, people come back, you build brand loyalty and almost that cult following. So don't be upset if somebody unsubscribes from your email list. If they do, it just means that they are removing themselves from, you know, your list where you would likely be not, you're paying basically, you know, after a while with MailChimp, at least it's 500 subscribers. And once you reach that, then you got to pay. So it's kind of good that they filter themselves out.
Yeah, I'm just going to quickly grab this. Gamer girl, what about handmade that takes hours to make? I'm wearing a dragon because he took about a week to make. So I hear you.
My jewelry took so tons of time to make too. I don't do it
Yeah.
anymore because I'm also a coach and I can't also do that and this. But my original designs for my 6-figure business, I mean, when it takes more time to make, you charge more money.
Yeah. Any of the advice we're giving is not excluding handmade stuff. You absolutely should be marketing and doing all these things with handmade stuff. Like if you've got a bigger markup, that's quite annoying now. If you've got this nice big markup, then you've got almost the time to be able to step in and do decent marketing, to take decent photos, to do all the things much better. For your email list, so much easier to do, because what you can be offering is just exclusive access to know what the one of a kind things that are about to launch are going to be, because they're going to sell out quickly. That can be enough to know in advance what's coming. Because if you've got handmade that takes hours to make, you can build up not just fans, not just followers, not just email list subscribers, but collectors. That's something way bigger and way more valuable.
Yeah, alternative wedding bouquets. Um, again, that's something that you charge more for. You're not going to probably make a sale every day like a cheapo seller who has super duper low prices, but when you make a sale, you are more profitable than them. I say it all the time. It's easier to make one $100 sale than it is to make 100 $1 sales. So even if your number of sales is less, each sale that you make is more. So,
yeah. And you've got so many things. If you're making, like, you're going to say, oh, alternative wedding bouquets, beautiful. People only get married once or twice or 3 times in their life. So you shouldn't have repeat customers. But you have people go, oh, Susan had that wonderful bouquet. Where did she get that from? And they can, you can get repeat customers and things just from word of mouth, from making things that are absolutely beautiful and stunning.
yeah. All right, it is 4:03 on the dot. I will grab this very last one. You're not Fatty Pancake anymore, probably because Mark always just said Fatty, because her username was Fatty Pancake, because it's a bearded dragon and they look like fat pancakes. But then he would just say, when he would read the chat, he'd say Fatty, and I'm like, you can't call her Fatty. Anyway, he's like, it's her name. Is it even worth to have a blog on your website anymore to post updates there rather than on social media? So a blog is only worth it if there is valuable content there. If you're creating a blog just to talk about your products, no, nobody cares about that. If the blog is about ultimate reptile lovers gift guide and your products are on there along with a bunch of other really great products from other sellers, all reptile themed, sure. If you're giving tips about reptiles, sure. And then every once in a while you talk about your product. Those can help you rank organically on Google. You can create backlinks. All of that is really positive, but you have to create content that is worth reading, and nobody wants to read a blog about products.
Yeah. Blogs are different than they used to be. So look at how you find blogs and how you interact with them and things. But yeah, Google still likes blogs because it's a good way to get authoritative content that is interesting and searchable onto your website. So make content that is interesting and searchable and engaging. Do you know, that's the goal of everything. Whatever it is that you're doing, you make sure that the people that you're wanting to attract are interested in whatever it is you're creating, whether it's an item, a blog, a mailing list, sign up, or whatever. The secret is doing the things that the people want, basically. All right.
All right.
Guys, as usual, we get loads of great questions at the end. So if you if you haven't been here before, we're here every week. So if you want to come in earlier and ask your questions super early, then we won't be cutting yous all off. But it's very enjoyable. We really love this. And if you came in late, go back to the start of the stream to see what exciting updates we've got.
Exactly. All right, guys.
Well,
Thanks so much for hanging out. I guess we will we'll see you next week.
Yep. See ya.
It wasn't easy, no, but with eRank, we're trending now. I dreamed of topping all the charts. I wanted sales to blow up. Remember long nights crafting, no one clicking on my stuff. But I signed up for eRank. Now my shop's a rising star.